So there we have it, people. This is what it's going to look like as it is there. Great, isn't it? And if I then remove the board a second and put in the base, this board then screws into the base, he says, like about there. You see? So there's plenty of room for things around the edges. There's plenty of room for the display to sit between the base unit there. And there's plenty of room at the back for sockets and plugs. I've got a socket going about there where my finger is. And there's room for switches and whatnots at the front, round about here. Plenty of room. Cool. Well, the build still goes on. Can you Adam and Eve it? Can you believe it? Really, this is turning out to be a heck of a difficult build, is this? Trying to shoehorn all this equipment inside here. But I've got there. Case, yeah, I'm holding it together. No, there's a display sandwiched between two. The old display, it actually needs dropping into place. Just sandwiched at the moment. So at the moment in here we have you can see the ribbon going to the display from the Raspberry Pi 4 underneath here. We've got this 20 amp 5 volt power supply, and we've got the 4 Raspberry Pis with the 4 mmdvms on. This is the last thing to do, so I need to connect these 4 SMA sockets on their individual cables, cut to size, and feed them into these holes on the back here. We've got 12 volt 5.5 volt barrel jack. 5.1 is it? 5.5. Anyway, so yes, and all I'm doing now is waiting for Amazon to deliver the fan, which will sit in here and blow air across inside the unit, across the heat sinks which are on there, and out of the vents underneath on that side. Looking quite neat. I'm quite proud of it at the moment. Right, so now I'm going to make these 4 leads, and I should be ready for when the fan comes, and then when that's all done I can finally power the thing up and then go about setting the software, because these yellow leads here, there is a button on the front, a yellow button, and this is the reset button. What it does is you can see it on each of these Pis, it is connected to one of the GPIO pins, and also there's one here, I can swap it and move it around, the GPIO pin on the Raspberry Pi 4. And when you hit that button at the front, it then sends every Pi into a gentle shutdown. Because I'm not going to leave this on switched on all the time, because I work overseas, as you know, and I can't leave this on. My poor wife's going to go mad. And so it goes on. We've got the final. So the fans have just arrived. Good grief. And I have cut down these semi-rigid coax cables, made them the right size. So this is the final one to go in. As you can see, I'm good at this, you know. And there's the other 2 there, with a bit of a bend in it to give it a bit of a flex, so you can get the back panel on and off. And anyway, and there we have it. So the next video you'll see will be the thing finished, and then I will be testing it and trying to find out which port I'm going to have to use for the GPIO on the Raspberry Pi 4. At the moment I've just put it randomly in there. That could be anything. It could be the kitchen sink. I don't know. So there we go. The wiring is complete. So I've just added the fan, bolted it on there, and I have the antenna connectors there to each of the mmdvms, a foot on the top of the Raspberry Pi 02Ws. We've got the 5 volt 20 amp power supply, and this has been current regulated down to 5 amps. We've got a Raspberry Pi 4B in there as well, and we have the 3.5 inch display there, power on button, blue LED, and a reset button. The reset button resets them all gently. And on the back panel we have a 5.5 2.1 barrel jack and 4 connectors. So all it needs now is testing and then some stickers putting on. Now for the testing. So this is what's happened. This is what you're waiting for. Yes, I broke the screen. And as you can see there, the little tiny screen, it's just in the touch screen area. But it's gone crazy because the thing is that to get around that, what I did is I went in and cut the interrupt wire so it stops completely polling. Anyway, new one on order. And here we go. I'm going to fit it now. 24 hours later. I can do it by bending around everything. So, first thing to do. Anyway, we don't need the handle at the moment. So what I'm going to do is just remove these screws by hand. Okay, so let's take the lid off. Voila, the interior, and we don't need the handle. The 4 Raspberry Pi Zeros with the mmdvm hats on the top, and going from left to right, DMR, D star, YSF, POXAG, and the 50mm fan. When I mentioned about these cheap Chinese cables, I'm sorry China, but honestly, really, what I did to keep this thing running, because somehow damaged the screen, and the touch screen itself was now going crazy because it had a big crack in it, and so what I did is to stop it from quick polling the Raspberry Pi to say, hey, I'm here, hey, I'm here, I want to move. I just cut the interrupt wire. Cheats. I'm going to leave it cut as well because I don't want that touch screen to work. I'm not interested in having a touch screen response. It wasn't difficult. I thought I'll just lift it out. You're going to see this in real time. I'm going to try and disconnect this ribbon cable from the Raspberry Pi, which I made myself. Well, I didn't make the ribbon cable myself, I made the connector myself. As you can see, there it is. Trying to squash these, it's unbelievable. It's not really good. Let me just disconnect it from this end. I have put some tape on here. Let's stop it from falling to pieces. Don't want to fall. Oh, never mind. So I'm just going to very gently cut around here with my knife. Move it a bit further over so you can see. And I'll do the same on the other side. I can just about feel where the ridge is. There. And this would then come off if I just hold it. So here is, yeah, I couldn't get one shorter. And I don't want to start messing about with iron cables. But anyway, I had to make my own plug socket arrangement. It's come out there, as you can see. You push that back in. But it's only just taped together. It'll all come out in the wash, it says. So now, as you can see, and I was on about this fan connector here. So that's the old one, and this is the newer one, and it still has a fan connector. Here I put 2 on and then arrowdited it in to stop them from coming off. This bit here, surround, is the original old Multimodes. I made one of these originally, and it wasn't very well constructed, and it fell to pieces eventually, and I didn't help it by leaning over my desk and squashing it because I'm a big boned. Just one other thing is, you can see here the tape's coming off it. I'm not really bothered about that. It's dried now. What am I doing, for goodness? It's a angled, can I get it in there? Yes, you can see right in the center now. It's an angled USB-C type connector that I made and arrowdited together, and put very short connector directly into the output there. They are very thin cables, these. They are very thin. Current carrying capacity. I'm going to take these off. Use 4 2.5mm bolts. So there we have it. So this is the broken display, and I'd actually taped this to a bit of tape around it. So you see the connector. So I'm going to have to cut a bit of that out around there, and I shall then glue this new onto this back plate again. I could remove that goo which I've put on here. I don't have to cut this round to fit it, and I can just gently remove the touch adapter and cut these three here, because I'm not really bothered about it and I don't care if it gets upset. In here I actually cut the interrupt wire so it's not pulling the damn. So cheap cutting tray from Tesco, and here we go with the screen, and here I have my trusty hot air blower. So I've set it to 350 degrees. Let's just give it a bit of a... Oh. Let's see if I can somehow separate these. I'd started at this point, hadn't I? Should be using something like a cat gut. Oh, that's its... Oh, they're part way up, aren't we? Just cut that gently. He says no. Knocking over there. Wow. So that's that bit off. Don't leave that anymore. Let's give this a bit more of a... There you go. That's the broken bit. So now I have an LCD, possibly works. All I need to do is get that glue off somehow. IPA, J-cloth. Why do they call them J-cloths? Is it because it's made by Johnson's and Johnson's in America? Oh yeah, I got rid of the rubbish. Don't be needing them anymore. Sticky. Let me see if I can persuade that to come off with just... Move that out of the way for a moment. Bring back this unit, and what we'll try to do now is connect this to make sure, I want to make sure it still works, by the way. So I'll connect this to there without breaking the display. I think everything went in. Yeah. And also now I need to somehow connect this back into the Pi without breaking everything, of course. Just stick it back in. Make sure I haven't damaged it. It's all going wrong very quickly. She's on, she's in. So we're going to leave it at that so you can actually see what's going on. Now I need some power. That power supply one. Right, I've just initiated the 12 volt supply. Here we go. Well, it's lit. That means it does have power. Yeah, I know I've not got any antennas on there. Yeah, I just want to see if it powers up. We will risk it for a biscuit. I'm sure that 10 millivolts or something, 10 milliwatts is not going to hold it. But when you get that, let me just turn this display off. There we go. Let me just turn this lamp off as well. Yeah. Display lazily. I've done this lazily. and it's now showing 1, 2, 3, 4, come on, 5. Yeah, so all of these Raspberry Pis are now powered up when all the mmdvms are on. So there's some traffic on that one. That one is obviously D-Star because it's just sent me a call sign out. DAPnet is obviously waiting for pager messages coming in. D-Star hasn't come on because I haven't connected it to a talk group, but it is working. Fantastic. Now I need to put it back in its box. So now we're just going to test the shutdown command whilst you're here. Can you see it? Well, there we are. So pressing the shutdown button now and holding it. There we go. So all these here will also power down. I can see the telltale LED. One, that's gone off. These are going. Flash, flash, flash. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So all these have all powered down now. It's just the mmdvm board that's unhappy. This has now gone to red. We can see now wherever it is. That's powered down too. Beautiful. Happy with that. Right. Put it all back together. Let's just turn it there. Zoom out a little bit. That's better. Just a bit rocky. You didn't see that, did you? I've decided to put this either side of the connector. It's a lot easier, a lot less strain. But I've left this yellow cable, which is the interrupt, out. And now it's time to knock the camera over and put it all back together. So here's my. Oh, we got the fan stuck on that. It's not good, did it, David? There we go. And you have a there we have it. Complete with stickers. So let's power it up. Let's see how long this takes. In the meantime, I have ready a DMR, he says trying to press the button, D-Star, and a YSF, and a good old POXAG pocket pager. This is made for the German market, not German market. This is the radio amateur. New POXAG frequencies of 439.8 9875 megahertz. So there we go. That battery charge really quick. Just takes one 9mAh 1.2 volt cell. Now can you hear that fan? That is what I'm on about, these fans. You can see the little warning on the screen there. So there, as it's coming on now, you can actually see. There we go. So if I now press this one, so it doesn't help when I'm trying to get white balance with the display as well. It's rather critical to get this the right angle. It's great when you look straight on. Yeah. So there you go. DMR, D-Star, YSF, POXAG at the same time in one box. And with the press the reset button and it powers down automatically, the whole lot, gently, so you don't ruin your micro SD card. Thanks for watching. If you like content like this, please consider subscribing, hit the like button, and don't forget, if you always subscribe, you always get to see the new videos, and it also helps support the channel. In the next video, what I'll do is I'll go through all the software and the setup of the Raspberry Pis, because they can be a bit daunting and a lot of people hate doing it. So I'll just demonstrate doing it. I can do it with PiStar and I'll do it with WPSD and show you going from getting the software, putting it onto a micro SD card, putting it in an mmdvm and getting it powered up, and programming all the radios, so that is DMR, D-Star, YSF and Boxlag if you want. Do it all in one video. Or I can split it up into 3. No, let's split it up into 3. I'm not boring people then. Thanks for watching.